Yes, yes. Ask me anything. Episode 126. Marathon continues. If you don't know the drill by now, I don't know what to tell you. Check your boy out. Getting a tan, though. Getting a tan. Hmm. Bad Viking tan on deck. All right, we got 4 people. Let's get it going. Ask me anything. The better the questions, the better the content. Sure, I'm good, man. What's up? How are you? I'm not in a freestyling mood today, so I'm just gonna wait until there is a decent question. This isn't radio, so I'm not gonna jither jather just to fill up the blanks. My morning routine, obviously breakfast, yoga every now and then. I've been slacking on the yoga though. Mm, and then I'll either do a live, I'll either write in my book, or I will hit a workout. I always get my workouts in as early as possible. Rarely, like the latest. I just did a workout now, which is quite late for me, being that it's almost 3:30 p.m. But I've spoken about this before. That in order for you to have a good workout, you have to be mentally in a good space. If you're worrying, if you got shit going on, it's really hard to get a good workout in because you're not in it. You're thinking about the stuff that's in your head. So every single day, stuff is gonna happen. And I have found that if you work out at night or late at night, so much stuff has happened in the day. You just don't have that energy. You're just going through the motions when you're trying to work out because you're thinking about all the stuff that happened and the stuff that you still got to do. When you hit a workout first thing in the morning, you get it in before the day is able to catch up to you. That's why I like to work out early. It's all a matter of habit, though. What are the best tier 2 mods for a cyclone build on Outriders? No idea, man. I don't know shit about that. I don't even know what you mean. I've accepted I'm weak. All the motivation videos don't work. What's your opinion on that? Of course they don't work. That's the problem with motivation videos. They don't work. They shouldn't be called motivation videos. They should be called entertainment videos because all they do is entertain. They just make you feel like all a motivational video does is kind of like it spikes your adrenaline, it gives you a very temporary boost. It fires you up, but it does really motivate you. Like if that was the case, then you can compare it to a caffeine high of drinking a cup of coffee. It's the same thing. If you that's not being motivated. That's getting hyped. When you watch a motivation video, you get hyped, but hype never lasts long. You get excited, you get pumped up, and then 1 hour later, you're back to being depressed or non-motivated. So you should have never relied on motivational videos to begin with, man. To be honest with you, I never watched motivational videos. I think they're cringe. Can't watch them. They're always the same shit. It's always such a cliche, and so like you know, what are you gonna do? This is how you define who you are. Like It's all just entertainment. It's Hollywood, it's American entertainment. Yeah, don't rely on motivation to get shit done. That's actually the difference between people who actually get shit done and who don't. If you're able to get shit done without being motivated, I'm good, Georgia. How are you not at 100,000 subscribers right now, dude? Uh, YouTube doesn't really. YouTube does a horrible job at actually pushing relatively small content creators. So videos that I post, they don't even show up in people's feeds. So my subscribers literally do not see my videos appear. So what's the point of being subscribed? Only reason I'm still on YouTube is because I got my community here, not because I think it's a good platform, not because I think this is, you know, that's the only reason why I'm still here. It's practically impossible to grow on YouTube. It's very hard, especially if you're not using like a bunch of clickbait and things like that. Tutorial. If there is no substantial meaning to life, wouldn't it be feasible to reverse your thought process and thereby justify self-deletion? Yeah, you can do that. No one's gonna care. You can kill yourself. No one is like the world is gonna keep spinning. Your family's gonna be sad. Your friends are gonna be sad, but then time is gonna go on and you're gonna be dead. So if you think that's a superior alternative to actually getting to play this amazing video game that we call life, then you know I can't tell you how to think. Mm, why does life have to have meaning for you to enjoy it though? Like why? That's just the one thing I would want to know. Like why can't we just accept that it is what it is? There's two ways you can deal with the meaninglessness of life. You can allow it to bring you down and oh nothing matters anyway, so I'm just gonna kill myself. Or you can say, well, if nothing matters anyway, I might as well make this a crazy ride and not conform to society's rules and just do whatever I feel like without harming someone, obviously, and just see how far I can take this and see how I can fine tune this life to my liking because it's not going to matter anyway whether you fail or whether you win or lose. In the end, we're all going to end up the same way. So make it as interesting as you can. Don't fear judgment. Don't fear failure because it doesn't matter. That's how I deal with the meaninglessness of life. I prefer the videos of earn 5,000 euros a day. Hmm. I hope to see you on Joe Rogan one day. Me too, man. That's sad. How was your workout today? Good. I'm still tired from yesterday because I did deadlifts yesterday and I ran and I did a big hike. So I wasn't that fit today, but today I did some light bench pressing because my shoulder is messed up. So I'm trying to like slowly start benching again, but my shoulder is hurting, man. It's been messed up for weeks. I did leg races to train abs. I hit my core, and I did pull-ups. Just a lot of calisthenic work lately, honestly. Thanks, Stars on Mars. Jerry, every day I get your videos recommended, AM and PM. Yeah. My lives get recommended. That's why I switched to lives, because my lives actually still show up in people's feeds. My regular videos don't. Not really superior. I'm just convinced that someone like me will never inspire or save anybody, which means that I'm not making the slightest difference. But so, since when is the goal in life to inspire or save people? I don't know where you're from, but it just sounds to me like you're looking at life through this really like you're looking at it through this American style Hollywood lens where you have to be the hero and Ethan, the nerdy kid in the back of class, happens to be like a fucking mutant. So now you're an X-Men, and hey, what do you know? The nerd with the big glasses actually saves the world in the end. Or like that movie Independence Day with Will Smith, and the wacky father in the end ends up being the hero by killing himself and flying into the alien spaceship, and everyone's a hero. It's like, no, I'm sorry, that's a movie. Nonsense. You're not special. I'm not special. No one, like, not really. Like, and that's fine. That's okay. That's okay, man. You don't have to make a difference. You just have to, like, make it worth the ride for yourself. What is your opinion on working out every single day as I do it to keep normal and fighting depression? This is great. I'm a very big advocate of working out every day. Because yes, no, no, because it's simple. That way, you're constantly pushing your body. You're constantly staying engaged. You should be doing something every day. Now, doesn't mean you got to do the same stuff every day. You got to switch it up. Some days you got to lift weights. Some days you got to run, hit cardio. Some days you got to play basketball. Some days you got to do yoga, which I also consider a workout. Some days you just got to hike. But yeah, you should do something every day. I always get notifications when you go live. It's pretty cool how you're consistent no matter viewers count. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. Do you have any advice for someone to be held accountable and consistent? Cruzy, like, you see, like, you just said it, like, you said it's cool that, because let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest for like 10 seconds, right? If I gave half a damn about views, I would quit embarrassing myself, right? I'm literally going on live every day, many times twice a day. I have 51,000 subscribers, 51,000 people. Like, imagine seeing 51,000 people, on a big, on somewhere outside. Like, that's a lot of people, right? And I get, like, on average, I get like 300, 400, maybe 500 views if I'm lucky. Like, that shit hurts, right? Because it's like, what? That's embarrassing. How are you supposed to be a quote unquote YouTuber but you're not even cracking 1,000 views per live? And a lot of people in my position, I think they would just kind of like stop because they would feel embarrassed. Obviously, I don't do it for views. I don't do it for that. But I would be lying if I said sometimes I don't feel like fuck this shit. But in the end, I'm keeping it consistent. I'm keeping it going because um, that's what I do. Any advice for someone to be held accountable and consistent? If you like, you have to do it for yourself. If you're relying on outside pressure, you're always gonna buckle in the end. That's what I think. So you have to just figure out what it is that you like doing the most. Understand it's still not gonna be perfect, but at some point you're gonna have to commit to something and get rid of the illusion that work is always gonna be fun. It doesn't always have to be fun, but it has to be interesting and inspiring enough for you to consistently do it. So if you're not holding yourself accountable, if you're not being consistent in whatever it is that you're doing, you're probably not doing the right thing for you. Tutorial and from Germany. But your takedown is both hilarious and on point since I consume a lot of superhero media. There you go. But I'm not that deluded yet, just averse to the banal goals of most people. Well, dude, but see, that's what I'm saying though. Like, I could tell from what you were saying, like, all that we consume media wise, it's just like, it makes me fucking sick. Like, it's all about everyone's special, everyone's unique, and there's always this super obvious, agenda where it always has to be, like, it has to be the fat girl or the short kid that makes a difference in the end. It's not the muscle hero. Like, no, he gets his ass kicked, and then the quote unquote weirdo comes in and saves the day, and then whoa, yay, we can relate. Only that's just a ploy to get more people to like these type of movies and media, and it holds zero resemblance to the real world, basically. On a more positive note, guys, if you're trying to hire a coach to teach you the art of self-confidence, self-love, if you're trying to get out of a toxic relationship or overcome depression, email me. This is my email, lorenz.preach@gmail.com. I work with private video calls just like this, but then obviously private. So send me an email if you're trying to turn your life around. I am still taking on new clients. Shout out to my existing and current clients. Cruzy, thank you. I was just asking because I got trouble waking up at 5 a.m. for the gym and bettering learning for my new occupation, door knocking. I have trouble waking up at 5 a.m. for the gym. Cruzy, do you know why you have trouble waking up for 5 a.m. at the gym? Because no one in their fucking right mind is waking up at 5 a.m. for the gym. You know, the only people that are supposedly waking up at 5 a.m. for the gym are those Instagram, social media gurus like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, these people who take fucking steroids and then try to sell you that it's all hard work, bro. Hard work. 5 a.m. There is nothing, I repeat, nothing normal, noble, impressive, or positive or productive about getting up at 5 a.m. to hit the gym. That's ridiculous. And that's the type of shit that I hate, man. That's that David Goggins bullshit. This self-torturing idiot who just gets off on basically preaching that if you're not in pain, if you're not suffering, you're not living. This guy literally is addicted to self-torment. He's addicted to suffering. He can't even, he's literally addicted to the pain of working out and doing crazy shit. And somehow people think that's badass and that's cool. It's like, no, because it's not feasible. Sure, David Goggins can do it because he's what was he, a Navy SEAL or whatever. But it's like, I hate it when people who have like a special talent then, decide to just preach their skills and their talent on a broader scale, macro, like somehow it's actually feasible for the average person to do that. 95% of people that will try to do what David Goggins preaches are literally going to end up in the hospital. That's just a fact. So this is that stupid 5 a.m. mentality. How about you actually get a good night's rest the way you're supposed to, get up at 7, then you hit the gym. Or you hit the gym after you're done working at 6 p.m. But no, man. Like, and that is the thing, like, the crazy part about it is, Cruzy, they have you thinking that something's wrong with you because you're struggling to get up at 5 a.m. It's like, no, nothing's wrong with you at all. That's just a ridiculous set of parameters, It's a ridiculous standard set by social media. You don't believe in getting out of your comfort zone, Cruzy. Yeah, I believe in getting out of my comfort zone, but in the right like if it serves a good purpose, you should definitely get out of your comfort zone, but not when you're talking about like doing silly stuff like getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Like then you can also say you shouldn't shower for a week. Get out of your comfort zone, learn how to deal with the stench, learn how to deal with feeling dirty. Like there's nothing noble about that. There's many other ways where you can get out of your comfort zone, um, aside from trying to live like a Navy SEAL. Jocko Willink says get up at 4:30 a.m. Yeah, and Jocko Willink is a Navy SEAL. So what? You want to be a Navy SEAL? You think that's fun? You think people who are Navy SEALs are happy? You think it's fun to train, to go and fucking kill people, and you think it's fun to learn how to survive without food for 4 days? Like, since when are we trying to become ultimate warriors? Like, what? I swear to God, the more we evolve, the more we want to go backwards. Like, in a couple of years, we're going to be trying to recreate being a caveman. It's just like, it's silly. Like, yeah, Jocko Willink, hoo-hoo, great, get up at 4:30 a.m. No, Jocko. Normal people need sleep. Normal people need at least 8 hours of sleep. Normal people are not Navy SEALs. But it's because of dudes like him. They're obviously he's just trying to make money, and he's just preaching his little Navy SEAL pitch. Get up at 4:30. Yeah, great idea, Jocko. Sure. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Doesn't apply to anyone, really. But it sounds cool. I get it. It sounds cool. And those guys are like the father figures to a lot of young men right now because they feel like, oh, yeah, that's the way to go. Like people just can't understand. People always need a solution at a super extreme. Otherwise, they don't believe it can possibly work. We're just living in a society of all or nothing. That's why we got all this nonsense. Like, you have to go raw vegan. How about you just try to eat a little bit less meat? Why do you have to go raw vegan like all the way? Why don't you try to just like, cut out some meat here and there, cut out some dairy? No, you got to go all in. Otherwise, you suck. It's all or nothing. It's like there's a middle ground, guys, but that's been lost. You see it everywhere. Politics as well. You're either a Trump supporting Nazi or you are a communist. It's like there's no in between. It's always us and them. So yeah, but I understand. Moderation doesn't sound cool. It's not sexy. It's all about marketing nowadays. Just talking. How can I deal with a guy that won't define a relationship, even though I like him? Should I call it quits or keep talking to tell him he decides? I got bad news for you. He has defined the relationship. By saying that you're not wanting to define a relationship, you're defining the relationship as a relationship that you don't want to define. Which actually means if he doesn't want to define a relationship, it means that he doesn't care that much. It means that for him it's just something quick and easy on the side, something that's fun, something that's easy. He literally defined it by telling you he doesn't want to define it. So he already decided. You're just asking on him to say the words like in the movie. No. It's already there. Like he's not serious about you. He doesn't mind losing you. Okay? So you should call it quits. It's not even really, there is no debate. You should call it quits because just by the way you worded your question, I can tell that you had expectations he's never going to be able to fulfill. And then in the end, you're going to tell him it's his fault. That really, it's your fault because you should have seen the writing on the wall. I'm going to go to the doctor in 30 minutes on 50/50. Going to ask for antidepressants. I wouldn't, Scott. Antidepressants, they don't solve shit. They just mellow you out. They lessen the lows, they lessen the lows, they lessen the lows. They lessen the lows and they lessen the highs. They just make you like, they kill your sex drive. They just turn you into like a mellow person who's always like, whatever, right in the middle. No, don't get antidepressants, man. Honestly, it's not the way to go. I've heard the saying, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in war. And what does that really mean? What does that really mean? Like, think about that saying. It's a really cool saying, right? It's a really cool saying. It sounds really cool. Something that King Arthur would have said. But like, let's come back down to earth. Let's look at it from the real world, right? So you're saying, it's better to be ready for a war and know how to physically defend yourself than to not be. It's 2021. Everything I'm about to tell you is based on sheer statistics and facts. This is not an opinion. The world has never been a safer place than it is today. You have never been less likely to go outside and get into a physical altercation than today, right? So you're probably never going to have to fight. That's just like, not saying it can't happen, but if you move accordingly, if you don't go to bad places and you don't go to places where people are getting super intoxicated and drunk and drugged, you're probably never going to get into a fight. And even if the fight presents itself, you're more than likely still going to have the opportunity to walk away or, swallow your pride. My point is like, if you wanna train and be ready for that 0.01% chance of you actually having a fight to protect your family, go for it. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. You might as well start digging your bunker for when the nuke hits or when the zombie war starts. But just kind of a waste of time, to be honest with you, man. Now, I'm not saying I'm against physical development. Like, like, having a strong and healthy body is absolutely important. But if you're looking at it from a point of like self-defense and stuff like that of the big scary world, probably not necessary. Just talking. He says he needs more time to decide about being serious. Yeah, okay. Well, I told you I said what I said. Do with it as you please. Um, but yeah, guys know what they like. Guys know what they want. Let me just like, I'm a guy. If a guy needs time, if a guy doesn't know, then he's not that into you. And the whole like not being into you, only like we don't, when we need a woman, well, most of us, when we need a girl, when we need a woman, our interest, our love, all that stuff is at the absolute peak in the beginning. It's rare that you meet someone, you're hanging out, you're having sex, and then like a few months later you realize, oh, this is who I want to have a serious thing with. Like, that should be there in the beginning. Usually it's the other way around. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Um, you can, yeah, it just doesn't sound like someone you should invest more time in. But you can wait. You can wait. Hey guys, let's get some thumbs up going. We only got 9 thumbs. I think Americans are overly obsessed with achievement and status. Your thoughts? Of course, absolutely. But it's definitely trickling down into Europe. We're all living in America, man. Ramstein said it. Ramstein. Yeah, it's definitely America, but also the Western world as a whole. It's all about achievement and status. It's all about money and who are you and what have you done. And social media has only enhanced that. So yes, most of the people are living their lives for other people instead of doing what they um, should be doing. Matthew, I left my job, a good one, to look after my new baby. Now I have 2 amazing kids. I'm okay, but I feel like depression is on the doorstep. Hmm. Why did you leave your job, Matthew? And why did you have to leave your job to look after the baby? Can you elaborate on that, please? Because if depression is on the doorstep, it sounds like you're having big time regrets. Jerry, yes, get the vaccine, my friend. Get it. I didn't get mine yet because I haven't been assigned yet, but I'm getting the vaccine, yes. You should get it. That's my opinion. Do with it as you please. I'm not going to get into a debate with the anti-vaxxers in here. But Matthew, what about the woman who you made the baby with? She can't take care of the baby while you're at work? Or is she working? How is this going down? Cruzy, the world is scary. Shootings like every day. I would much rather be prepared than not. See, and there you have it, Cruzy. There you have it. There you have it. Shootings like every day. What? Shootings like every day? You're living in the media. You're literally living in a media matrix. There is no shootings every day. There's not. Like most places in the world, you will never be within a 500-kilometer range of a shooting. Like that's just that the media's got you fucked up. Yeah, there's shootings in America, but newsflash, there's more world than just America. There's a world outside of America, and even in America, I'm sure that there's plenty of places where you could live where no shootings occur. It's just media trying to tell you that this is the world that we're living in, but the world is scary because you're consuming scary content, man. Like it's really not. Dude, I've been to Colombia, man. I've been to the DR, countries of which people think they are super all this stuff. Like, I did get robbed at gunpoint in Colombia, but that was also because I wasn't taking care. But overall, like, the world is really not that scary. Where do you live, Cruzy? She works. We can't pay bills. Well, Curtis should be raising the kid, but not having enough um, with that because there's only that many bedtime stories you can read. There's only there's only that many times you can like teach them how to tie their shoelaces. Like there's just a lot of dead moment. Like I had a lot of experience with young kids. They also just want to watch their iPad and play around and be goofy. So as an adult, you still need your stimulation. You still need to grow. And right now, all you're doing is taking care of the kid. That's not enough. You don't have a purpose besides raising them, and that's not enough, man. So what you should do is you should talk to your partner and be like, yo, this shit is not making me happy. It's not making me happy. It's not working out. I tried it, but I missed my, you should not have done the great job, but you did. Okay, cool. Now it's time to recalibrate. Never allow your pride and past decision to overtake your sense of reality and overtake the decision that needs to be made at hand. It's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. That doesn't matter. It does not. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing there's something wrong with is making a mistake and then refusing to fix it because you want to double down on that mistake to convince yourself it wasn't a mistake. You see what I'm saying? So you know what you need to do. Have a conversation with her. Riles, how did you cope with your Asian appearance? I'm 19 in a somewhat similar situation as you. I'm doing a shit job of staying positive. Going from a good-looking guy to a below-average guy sucks. Yeah, it does. It does. You definitely need to allow yourself some time to learn to live with that. But how did I cope? It's just if you don't learn how to cope with it, like at some point, you just have to decide for yourself what this life is going to be for you. And if you're going to continue your obsession with public perception of the way you look, you're never going to have a good life again. So you need to eliminate and do whatever needs to be done in order for you to be able to be happy. If that means stuffing away your insecurity to the back of your mind, so be it. You gotta do whatever it takes, man. Like right now, you're prioritizing society's opinion of your looks. That's what you're doing, and you're never gonna win that game. You're betting against the house, Riles. So it's not that I coped. I just looked at the options available to me at hand, and I just said, I gotta live for myself, not for people who think I'm ugly or deformed or whatever. And then I just went from there. Also, try to max out the other things that are still in your control. Hit the gym, get a great body. Because I live in Connecticut in the suburbs. I go to work in the city every day. It's called murders, robberies. Never run into something bad, but I'm alert. Here people have nothing to lose, and you have everything to lose. Dude, go come up with a plan, set up money to get out of there. And if the place scares you, which sounds like it does, you should try to get out of there. Matthew, I can't believe that guy just asked that. You're a handsome. You're way above average in every way. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. It's okay. I think what he meant to say was a lot of people will look at my face or my facial defect and be like, yo, what's that? And they'll automatically disqualify me as an attractive person or someone that they could consider a partner or something like that. That's fine. That's cool. I really don't mind how people perceive me either way. Something I also say, like Riles, this might help you, man. It sounds to me like the end game for you is to find a partner, right? Because that's why you want to be. That's why you're grading yourself: average, below average, normal. Look, man, you only need one, and this is something that people do. Like, people are always complaining about. I get rejected all the time. This and this and this. It's like you really only need one person out of a billion to actually like reciprocate the feelings that you have towards them, and that's it. You're set. Trust me, you don't want multiple partners. So one is hard enough. Like, all you need is one girl, one woman to like you for you or to be into your type of body, even though your face is fucked up. And you're set. It's the literal equivalent of having to take a 3-point shot at a basketball court and having unlimited attempts. And all you gotta do is hit one shot. So you can miss 300 shots in a row. If you score the 300 the first time, you're set. That's literally what we're talking about. So who cares what the majority of people think of you? All you need is one person to like you, and you're done. You're good. Have you been to China? Fuck no. I'm not trying to go to China, man. Too many people. Too many people. Guys, hit the thumbs up. We only got 12 thumbs. That's ridiculous. That's embarrassing. Mm. Mm. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Doesn't look like we have more interesting questions coming. So that's it. If you want to hire me, turn your life around, lorenz.dries@gmail.com. I am Lorenz, that's me. Send me an email. My email is right there in the chat box. Hit me up. And thank you, man. Matthew, good luck. You know what you need to do. Cruzy, you know what you need to do as well. Riles, good luck. I'm out. Love you all. Peace.